This is TOEFL IBT speaking test, and this test evaluates your ability to communicate in English in an academic setting. It consists of 4 tasks. Task 1: express an opinion on a familiar topic. Listening passage, extended summary of student discussion. In a conversation between 2 students, one student supports the initiative, while the other opposes it. Student 1 supports the policy, believes the initiative is necessary for protecting the environment and that students should adopt sustainable habits, argues that since many cities and companies are already moving toward eco-friendly alternatives, it's better for students to adjust now. Mentions that other universities have implemented similar policies successfully, acknowledges some inconvenience but believes students will adapt over time. Student 2 opposes the policy, thinks the policy is impractical because many students rely on plastic cups, straws, and take-out containers, argues that biodegradable alternatives may not be as durable and could be more expensive, points out that students are already busy, and carrying reusable items could be inconvenient. Suggests that the university should offer incentives rather than impose restrictions. The professor explains the Zeigarnik effect by giving two detailed examples. Example 1. A busy waiter. A waiter in a crowded restaurant can remember multiple food orders without writing them down. However, as soon as the food is delivered, the waiter forgets the orders because they are no longer unfinished tasks. This illustrates how incomplete tasks stay in our memory until they are resolved. Example 2. Exam preparation. A student studying for an exam remembers the questions they struggled with more than the ones they answered easily. The challenging, unfinished questions create mental tension, causing the student to dwell on them. This is why students often recall mistakes or gaps in their knowledge more clearly than correct answers. The professor concludes by mentioning that the Zeigarnik effect can be useful for motivation, as setting goals and leaving tasks unfinished can encourage people to return and complete them. Task 4. Integrated speaking, academic lecture, listening passage, extended summary of professor's lecture. The professor discusses the overconfidence effect, a psychological bias in which people tend to overestimate their knowledge, abilities, or predictions. This can lead to poor decision-making, especially when individuals are unaware of their own limitations. To explain this concept, the professor provides two real-world examples. Example 1. Financial decision-making. Investors often believe they can predict stock market trends with certainty. However, the stock market is unpredictable, and their overconfidence leads them to take unnecessary risks. Many overconfident investors make poor financial choices, investing too aggressively and losing money. Example 2. Academic performance. Students who are overly confident in their test answers may skip reviewing their work. Their certainty prevents them from double-checking answers, leading to avoidable mistakes. Research has shown that students who carefully review their answers tend to perform better than those who assume they are always correct. The professor concludes by emphasizing that while confidence is important, overconfidence can be dangerous when it leads to reckless decision-making. He suggests that people should question their assumptions and seek feedback before making important choices.
Prefer to spend my free time socializing with others because it allows me to build strong relationships, improve my communication skills, and create meaningful memories. Interacting with friends and family not only strengthens emotional bonds but also provides opportunities for learning and personal growth. For example, engaging in group activities such as playing sports, attending social gatherings, or even having deep conversations helps me develop teamwork and interpersonal skills, which are valuable in both personal and professional life. Additionally, socializing has been shown to improve mental well-being by reducing stress and feelings of loneliness. When I spend time with others, I feel more connected, supported, and motivated. For instance, after a long and stressful day, talking to a friend or going out with family helps me relax and regain a positive mindset. While I do appreciate alone time for self-reflection and relaxation, I find that spending my free time with others brings me more joy and fulfillment. The experiences I share with people enrich my life, making it more exciting and meaningful. The two students express contrasting opinions on the university's Sustainable Campus Initiative. The first student is in favor of the policy, emphasizing the importance of reducing plastic waste and promoting environmental sustainability. They argue that the new initiative will help students develop eco-friendly habits that are essential for tackling global environmental challenges. They also mention that sustainability is becoming an increasingly urgent issue worldwide, so making these changes on campus will align students with global efforts to protect the environment. Conversely, the second student is not in favor of the policy, citing the inconvenience it may cause. They argue that many students currently rely on disposable plastic cups and containers for takeout meals, and finding alternatives could be both costly and time-consuming. The student feels that the transition may be disruptive to their daily routines, especially when it comes to convenience and affordability. I agree with the first student's opinion. While the shift may initially be inconvenient, it is crucial for us to prioritize sustainability and reduce plastic waste. The long-term benefits, including a cleaner environment and the development of environmentally conscious habits, outweigh the short-term challenges. Additionally, as the initiative becomes more widespread, sustainable alternatives will likely become more accessible and affordable. This makes the transition worthwhile in the pursuit of a greener. The Zeigarnik effect is a psychological phenomenon where people tend to remember unfinished tasks better than completed ones. This happens because when a task is left incomplete, it creates a sense of tension or cognitive dissonance in the mind, keeping it active and engaged with the unfinished task. Once the task is completed, that tension is relieved, and the mind is less likely to focus on it. In the professor's lecture, two examples illustrate this effect. First, a waiter in a busy restaurant can remember multiple food orders without writing them down. However, once the orders are delivered and the tasks are complete, the waiter tends to forget the orders. This is because the unfinished task, delivering the orders, keeps the information in the waiter's mind. Second, a student studying for an exam is more likely to remember the questions they struggled with rather than the ones they answered easily. The difficult questions remain active in the student's memory because they are unfinished tasks, while the easy ones don't trigger the same mental engagement. In both examples, the unfinished nature of the task leads to stronger memory retention due to the mental focus on completing the task. The overconfidence effect is a cognitive bias where people tend to overestimate their knowledge or abilities, believing they are more accurate or capable than they actually are. This often leads to poor decision-making or errors in judgment. In the professor's lecture, two examples illustrate this effect. First, in financial decision-making, investors may believe they can predict stock market trends with high precision. However, the stock market is unpredictable, and their overconfidence can lead them to make risky investments, which may result in financial losses. Second, the professor discusses students who feel extremely confident about their answers on a test. They might skip reviewing their work, assuming they're correct. This overconfidence can cause them to miss errors or overlook mistakes they could have caught with a more careful review. In both cases, overconfidence causes individuals to take unnecessary risks or overlook potential problems, demonstrating how this cognitive bias can negatively affect decision-making and performance.